to. 10 years ago was Periscope, and that was fun. We built it up to a tiny little fun group of people from all over the world who had more things in common than on the surface seemed to divide them. It was quite lovely. It was amazing. We had people from Israel, from Lebanon, from Pakistan, from the United States, from Canada, from Australia, New Zealand. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, so I guess now we're back, and this time it seems to be that we are playing in a larger playground. Pleasure to see you. And with Dr. Brits, so I was going to. The first 3 minutes are always slow in these lives. So if you're watching the replay, probably skip 3 minutes. It takes a while. But what was I going to say? Interviewing Dr. Brits. Now, I was going to interview him in January, and I said to him no because of the amount of respect I had for what he's achieved and what he does, that I wanted to wait until I had 2,000 subscribers. So we waited, and that was in January, and now it's then the term started, so we were all busy, and I said, okay, at the end of term. Now the end of term's come, and we're up to, I think, 12,800 subscribers. So it's a pleasure to have you all, and I think now that's probably good enough for us to introduce you all to Dr. Brits. So in terms of biases, now we've spoken about this many times. All of us will have these. The way our brain perceives reality is going to, unless you're an anomaly, you're going to find. Oh, what's going on? Oh, I'm getting a call. I'm doing a live cast. No. It'll be interesting to see how this works. So there you go. Dinner date was cancelled. It will just be me and my lovely, lovely partner, and we'll go out and have some dinner. So where were we? So therefore, there will be people who will really be a pain up the backside to listen to. And yet they may come out with information, and it may not necessarily even be accurate or completely accurate or true or completely true or partially false. That part is actually less relevant than what they're saying, because what they're saying can tell you about how they perceive the world. And they will see an event described in a completely different way. And we've spoken about this 10 years ago. One of my lovely Gab fam commented and said, even though we've said it 10 years ago and nothing's changed, you may as well say it again, because at 10 years older you'll say it in a slightly more articulate way. Maybe. We'll see how we go. So what I then do is, now courtesy of LLMs and transcripts, you can grab the transcript, put it into an LLM, and then allow it to produce parts for you, because it's not powerful enough to do the whole 2-hour transcript at once. And it will then provide you each part, and you can listen to it, and it removes the ads for you. And then it will play for you those parts, and you can hear them without hearing the voices of the people you dislike. At the end of it, it then gives you an analysis of what is correct, verified based upon external evidence about any data they've used to put forth their narrative, what part of their narrative is slightly divorced and to what degree from what evidence can produce, and what world views of theirs are justified or not justified based upon the evidence. And this is beautiful, because we all do this. Even by me saying we all do this, I haven't taken an actual survey of every human being in the world to find out whether that's actually true. So when I say we all do this, that itself is a shortcut to say that it is my experience and the experience of others around me, if they're telling me the truth, that is the case. So that's one way to do it. And the beautiful part is that you can then synthesize various narratives from opposing locations and opposing ideologies and worldviews, and end up arriving at a narrative that is more robust, because it is able to withstand all of the claims made by each side, from which you draw your higher level of narrative. And the higher you go, the more you realize that you can go upstream to find the cause of what's actually the issue as opposed to whatever issue someone happens to be discussing at that point in time. So you might have two people arguing over, I don't know, these are yours, these are mine, these are yours, these are mine. And then you have to realize, well, let's go further up, because if each person has a specific claim on these glasses, then what is the issue here? Well, the issue might be the concept of ownership, or the concept of ownership of these, or what it means to have full-time ownership as opposed to part-time ownership. So those things don't even get discussed as humans. All we talk about is the lower level issue, which is, to whom does this belong? And this happens all the time. Do I think that humans are capable of anything greater? I don't know. Maybe with education, we can realize that we're living in a lower level plane. And in fact, the higher one is, I don't think that that would work, to be honest, because the concept of even bringing up this with, look, over time, you guys know, you meet people, even people you like, with whom you might agree, but they might agree with you based upon ideological reasons as opposed to arriving at deductive reasoning. And so therefore you're going to align with them where you align, and where you don't, they're going to see you as the enemy or just not answer you. Now, you can also meet someone else who has a very different ideology, who also has views that overlap with yours. Both of whom on either side, who are enemies, have both arrived there via an ideology as opposed to deductive reasoning. And so that makes one less flexible when they're trying to switch between how they view themselves and how a different way of viewing themselves would resolve some of the problems they have. So to me, the problem seems endogenous to humans. So what's the point of this? The point is, it's all for nothing. That's something Pompous would say. It's all for nothing. Give me my chocolate. Anyway, so that's about it. But I can tell you some good news. The good news is that from the year 2010, when I was 29, I started reducing my meals by very, very, very small increments. What I would do is slowly replace, for example, cereal. I started to replace that with just milk and sultanas, for example, and then I slowly replaced milk with almond milk. But I would take, every time I'd make a replacement, I would wait 2 months, see if my body would stabilize. It's taken 16 years. No, not 16 yet, but another 6 months, it'll be 16 years. And I have now gone over that period from about 4 to 5 meals a day to now 1, and 1 plus supplements, like protein supplements. And I've got to say, like, I haven't yet found an excuse to show you the photos without looking like a complete dick. So I haven't done it. But let's just say that even my bloods, I've taken blood tests and everything else, and by those metrics, I've reversed some of the things that would normally come with aging. Touch wood, and the organs in that are of someone who's been measured with levels of someone who's at least 10 years younger. So it is an amazing feeling. I don't know how long it's going to keep going. I've only reduced now to 1 meal a day for about 3 months so far. And I feel amazing. I feel alive. I can run around like I could as a 19-year-old. It's great. What can I say? Who knows how long it will go? We'll see how we go. Anyway, look, I'm going to go. So it was a pleasure to see you, and to see you was a pleasure. And until next time, as always, take life one smack at a time. You take it. No, I'll take it one at a time. You take it. I didn't bring Pompous along. All right, talk to you later.